Hello, my name is Janel Andersen. I am from a small town called Shelley in southeastern Idaho. I am married and have been for 16 years, and I have 6 children. And I am that type of person who never stops thinking. I'm always scheming in my mind something that I can either create or make or to give to somebody or keep for myself. And about 11 years ago, I received a hooded towel as a baby gift for our second child and thoroughly enjoyed it. Was grateful for its size and just was really glad to have it. And we used it through him, and then came baby number 3, and we used it for her. And when she started talking, she would specifically request to have the towel with the hood on it. And sometimes that was great because it was clean and in the closet, and other times it was a little bit of an issue because it was in the laundry. So I decided to try to figure out how to make one of my own. So I worked up a pattern, made this hooded towel, and because I enjoy making things, especially for other people, I would make a towel and give this as a gift to people for their new babies or whatever. And sometimes I would embellish with buttons or ribbon or something like that and give it as a gift. Well, I have a sister-in-law who I gave hooded towels to for her little ones, and about 2.5 years ago she came to me and asked me if I would do a craft fair with her. And I initially said, oh, well, I don't know what I would do. What could I make that people would buy? What could I sell at a craft fair? And she said, you should do your hooded towels. And I wasn't sure that I was convinced of that idea, but I wasn't exactly sure why I was holding back, why I was reluctant to dive into this. And so I gave it some thought, and then I realized I've been to craft shows and I've seen hooded bath towels there, and I didn't want to have another booth of hooded bath towels. So I thought, if I'm going to do hooded bath towels, I need to figure out how mine can be different, how mine can be unique, have flair, and have the wow factor. And so I took my 11-year-old daughter, and we went to the store, and we stood amongst all the towels and saw the colors that they offered, and we started scheming, trying to figure out what kind of designs we could make to give these hooded bath towels flair. And we dug from the bottom of my purse and found a spiral notebook, and she wrote down the ideas that came to me, and we started loading the cart with different colors. We came up with 8 different designs. We had like a pig, a dog, a dinosaur, flower. We figured them all out, what we could possibly hopefully do. So we took them all home, and I began drawing up patterns and cutting and sewing and unpicking and resewing, and my 8 prototype designs were born. And went from there back to the store and bought enough towels to make 4 of each design. And the craft show came. I was ecstatic with how they were received. I sold 18 of them, which I was really excited about. And with the leftovers, I decided I would try to start an online business. And I listed my towels and started selling them. And then I thought, oh, I should get some friends and borrow their kids, and they could be my models for these towels. So I got little models and had another friend who is a professional photographer. She took pictures of my towels, and we put them online, and the reception was just huge. And so this little idea has kind of stemmed into a side business for the stay-at-home mom. I've gotten really good at sewing with the baby on my lap, or stopping and pausing to take a call, or wipe a nose, make lunch, whatever. But one thing I have learned about tapping into your creativeness and your desire to create is that you find a great satisfaction in making something out of nothing, and especially not only creating that something, for me it's hooded towels, but creating a smile or the joy that comes for someone either to give it or certainly for someone to receive it. And I've also learned that you don't necessarily have to have an elaborate creating space. I use what my floor plan in this home calls a formal dining room. It has become my sewing spot. I share it with the piano and the computer. So this is my space, and I love to create. It's brought much satisfaction and smiles to me and to my family and people across the world. I've shipped towels to Greece, to the United Kingdom, Singapore, Taiwan, and all over the United States. It's very fulfilling. So initially I came up with 8 designs, and I have since added several more. So I have 20 designs. These are some of them. Many of them just came to me at, of course, odd, crazy moments: fixing dinner, bathing a child, reading to a child. I would just have an idea. I could totally do a shark. How could I do a shark? How could I get his dorsal fin to stand up? Or I had a customer say to me, "Oh, our little boy, his nickname is Squishy Pillar. Is there any way you could come up with a caterpillar?" And of course I would say, "Yes, let me think about it." And so I'd roll over, and sure enough, came up with a caterpillar. I've done a bee for a customer, a mouse. So several of my designs actually have come from ideas that customers have kind of thrown at me, and I accept their challenges and go head on to get them done for them. But this is, I want to show you just a little bit about how a RubaDub Buddy comes together. It's really quite simple, coming up with scraps or a washcloth, a towel, whichever. All of my towels have nothing but terry cloth on them, and I think that helps with the absorbency thing. I like the look of it, makes it consistent, makes it sharp. These are the parts for an owl. Here's the beak, just out of an orange washcloth. The whites of his eyes, white washcloth, yellow washcloth. And then these are 7/8 inch buttons that I use for the eyes. That's another thing I like about my designs, is that the eyes really pop. They really kind of bring the little animal to life. And then I just have a hand towel cut in half, and then a normal bath towel. And each part is assembled. Oh, I forgot the horns. The horns for the owl, and here's one that's in the making. You just zigzag the eyes on, and you sew the hood on. If you want to embroider your name on the back, you can. And that's just pretty much how they come together. It's just all about having the parts to put it together and creating something that, of course, when you get it tied with the bow, you can't help but smile when you see it.